Okay. Okay. That was pretty impressive. I'm speaking about an upcoming Shudder movie that's coming to the platform. Excuse my dog. She decided just now to jump down from my lap and walk around. And now she jumped in the other chair. Okay. I'm speaking about an upcoming Shudder movie. It's coming to the platform on October 18th, I believe. It's a French film. It's subtitled. There's not a crap ton of talking, so that's actually just a that was a non-issue. I typically prefer English language movies, but if the story's good enough, if the acting's good enough, that doesn't matter as much to me. This one was interesting because, well, for multiple reasons. This is one of those one take sort of films, and that's what I was referring to when I talked about it being impressive. One take films, I know of only like maybe one or two. One specifically where it has legit been one take. And that particular one, which I can't remember the name of, they had filmed it twice. It wasn't working. They had one more chance to do it, and it worked on the last chance. This one, I'm pretty sure there were some cuts here and there, but it was done so well that you can't tell. Just like with 1917, one of the things I loved about that film was the technique of the one-shot form of storytelling. It was so captivating to me. I honestly feel like that's not normally a favorite thing of mine. I prefer the typical way a film is made with edits and things like that. But every once in a while, a one-shot film will come along that I really enjoy, if not for the story, then just for the technique of it. I heard Mike from Did You See That say that he had heard, I haven't read this so I can't confirm, this is just something I heard him say, that this film was done in 5 takes. You guys, that is super impressive. For the stuff that was shown in here, for the story as it unfolds, for it to have only taken 5 takes, just, wow, that's very impressive. I can't think of another word but impressive. It's just the perfect way to describe it. The director of this film is David Moreau. He did another film called Them, which is about a home invasion. After seeing this, I'm interested to watch Them. I don't think Them is a one-take sort of film, but I appreciated this enough to now want to check out his other stuff. Let me sort of get to the synopsis, which I won't say too much about, just so you guys can experience it for yourself. But basically it primarily follows a character by the name of Romaine. He's a teenager, pretty popular teenager, and he's doing drugs at a friend's house. He leaves his car, something happens with his car, like on the side of the road or whatever, and then a strange woman gets in the car. And from there, things just descend into the most insane, like, oh my gosh, like the night from hell, you guys. There are words I could use to describe stuff that's going on, but that would give away a bit of the plot. I expect if you've seen the trailer for this already, or if you've read any articles or reviews, you already know what the subject matter is. But for those who haven't, for those who like to go into a film blind, I will just omit that part. It does take off pretty quick because it's a one-shot movie, so it has to engage your attention pretty quickly. It's not super long. It's only about an hour and a half, so there is a shit ton of stuff that's happening in this hour and a half. And when you stop and think about all the stuff that happens, you think to yourself, how could this be possible? But you're following the story along as it unfolds in real time, so they made it work. The acting in here I felt was quite good. Obviously, because I don't speak French, I can't tell how great they're acting or not, but it sounded good to me, looked good to me. The main character, I don't remember the actor's name, but he kept reminding me of Robert Pattinson for some crazy reason. And then one of the characters in there, one of the female characters in there, kept reminding me of a chick on the series I've been watching called Deadlock. I know it's not her, but it was just like I kept transferring different actors' faces onto these people because of how much they resembled them to me. Anyway, whatever. There's not a ton more really to say about this film without veering into the territory that I want to avoid, but I am going to touch on some cons I had, because I did have some cons. And though this film was quite impressive, just technically speaking. The ending felt anticlimactic. It did not leave me fulfilled. In other words, like I didn't feel satisfied. I wanted to see, well, what else is... There goes my dog. Excuse her little pitter-pattering paws. I wanted to see what else was going to happen. I wanted to see some sort of more complete resolution, and there really wasn't one. I mean, you can kind of fill in the blanks in your head and figure out what probably happened, but I almost feel like some sort of completion would have made it feel a bit more satisfying than it ultimately did. There were also some continuity issues. I feel like there were things that were occurring more quickly in some situations than in others, and I didn't understand why. And then there were also things that seemed to have more of an effect on some than on others, and I didn't understand why. Those are really the only sort of major complaints I have about this film. Honestly, given the genre, it's, and it's on Shudder, so you know what kind of film we're talking about, sort of ish. Given the genre, especially with regard to the ending, it's probably maybe a little harsh for me to feel that way. So I would say take that complaint with a grain of salt, honestly. Your mileage may vary with things like this. It's probably just a me thing. But I wanted to actually sit down and have a little bit of a chat about it with you. If you like one-shot movies, then I would definitely recommend checking this out. Like I said, it's only about 90 minutes. It's not very long. It does not really overstay its welcome, even though I have complaints about the ending. It's a pretty quick watch, so it's not something that's going to take a ton of your time. And I just found the execution of this fascinating, just sitting there thinking about all of the choreography and everything, the planning that went into making this thing come together the way it did. I just, hats off to them, you guys. Great job. Okay, I don't have anything else to say about MADS. I don't think I ever said the title of it, did I? At the very beginning. Oops. Oh well, the video title will let you know. That's all I have to say about MADS, coming up on the Shudder platform October 18th. If you're interested in this type of thing, check it out. Let me know what you think. Okay, you guys, that's it for this one. Later.